guys, welcome back to the Skyline Acres channel. My name is Ryan, and today, if you caught our last video, we painted our cattle pen. So today we are in the process of moving that thing out here so we can use it. So I'll show you what we've been doing here real quick. We threw some gravel down right here just to have a base for this thing so it's not setting in the mud. And I've got the tractor out and we moved the first panel over here, got it leaning up. And the way this cattle pen is oriented, there's different sides, have gates and different things. So it actually works out awesome the way it is. The solid side that's not a gate is going to be up against our barn. So this piece here is the front head catch piece of the cattle pen, and it is the heaviest piece of all of them. And by that, I mean it is super heavy. And then you got to be off center here to pick it up, hopefully level, because it's heavy on the head catch side. What I've done here is I've put C-clamps on my pallet forks. That way these pieces don't, when I pick them up and tilt back, they don't ram back against the pallet fork frame. I mean, you can see that piece bending the forks. It's that heavy. We're lifted fairly evenly, weight distribution wise, and I'm gonna start heading over to the barn with this piece. So far, these C-clamps are really doing a good job. When we unloaded this thing, we did not use C-clamps, and the pieces were slamming back against the frame of the pallet forks. On that note, these are Harbor Freight C-clamps. I got different size ones. And I tell you what, those things are pretty daggone heavy duty. So if you need a set of C-clamps, check out Harbor Freight. This is a 10-foot by 10-foot cattle pen. It ends up being a little wider than that once it's all put together, and this is a 12-foot gate. So it was close, but it fit fine. So do we think this is about right? If I hold out a little bit, it's about right.
I can push out.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna start letting down. Okay, how does that look?
Good, it's leaning this way.
So when I say I love a hydrostatic tractor, I mean it. I literally come across project after project where precision tractor adjustment is a must, and this was one of them. I truly believe most rural property owners will be more satisfied with a hydrostatic tractor than a gear drive. Sometimes it's not all about the brute power you get to the ground, but instead, tasks you can actually get done with your tractor.
Tell me when. Now? made a little bit of a mistake here, nothing big. But we're getting ready to put this last piece of this cattle panel on, and we realized our gravel pad is not quite big enough. We accounted for 6-inch overhang on each side, but just the way this thing goes together and just different things, it's, you know, our measurements and just everything was just a little bit off. So need to add some gravel here so the this panel has something to set on. And then, to be honest with you, we may even, you know, extend the gravel on further out in this chute area anyways in the future. We got that gravel in where we didn't quite make it big enough. So now this panel here will be setting completely on gravel rather than kind of on the angle there. So this is the very last panel here. We will basically have this thing set up. Now, it's getting late in the evening, and we got corral panels to put up and everything else. So I don't know if we're gonna be doing all that today. So the issue that we're having is the fence is here. The panel is, the pin is at an angle here, and I couldn't get the tractor quite in. So I've got this at an angle, and we're just gonna have to manually hook up the last, this last piece here. We're gonna have to lift it over there and hook it up. Let me just see if I can lift a lot and get it up over all this. Okay. Can you lift it all? Yeah. So we're almost done here, but let me show you the last piece of the puzzle, which is these corral panels. And what I think I'm gonna do is we'll just get this set up. It'll be easier to show you kind of what we have in mind, rather than try to explain it. But basically the corral panels are gonna go down here and create a chute system. Now, keep in mind, we are not cattle experts or anything like that. So we think this will work and be good, but maybe we need to change something in the future. I tell you, this looking good. So I'll show you how this works here and what the idea is. Now again, remember, we're not like cattle experts or anything, so we may have to change this in the future or whatever, but I think at least for 2 cows, it should work for now. Over here is our barnyard area, and what the idea is the animals, whenever we want to work them, we'll put them in the barnyard area. That's where we feed them, so they like to come up here. The pasture's out back there. So they'll be locked in here with this gate, and the cattle pen is up there. So what we'll do is we'll open this gate here. I'm trying to do all this one-handed too, guys. We'll basically open this gate, and then this corral panel that's keeping everything away from this area will then swivel over and meet up with this gate here. Then you'll have an alleyway up here to the calving pen. Now, one thing is the alleyway is kind of wide, so we may change that or have to do something about that. But again, for 2 cows that we're not really working that often, it might work. So you'll come up here. Again, this pen's really nice. It's got gates all over the place. So somehow or another, we'll open this back piece, and this goes straight against to the fence here. And then, ideally, the cow will come up here and go into the head chute. Now, this swivels, I got the rope up here now, but this swivels out of the way right here, so you can kind of do something. We may have to, like, I can't get this to hold right now, but if I held that there and kind of have like a a board here or something to force them to go into the head chute. That might be the only thing we really need to do that I can think of. And again, this is the only fixed side. So if we put this on any other side of the barn, or if we turn this other direction or anything, gate sides would be up against the barn and you would lose functionality. Because, like over here, there's your head chute. This piece, I'm doing it backwards because you're supposed to do it outside, but this comes up, and then this piece comes open, and you've got this right here. I'll give you guys a view of this out this way. Goat's up here for the first time, actually. And then this sliding door, you've seen me use that before, but this is the sliding door. There you go. And then this is the view from the other side of the barn here, the back side. And I'll take you on around here just so you can kind of see the whole thing. If you have any recommendations on changes we can do, let us know. But as of right now, I think this is basically what we got going on. I think we're planning on pregnancy checking them and just kind of trialing everything out next weekend.
So to give y'all a little bit of an update, we did end up using the head chute the next weekend to preg check the 2 cows. We used the rapid blood test, which was a new thing for me. We ended up having 1 cow pregnant, which was the same one that calved last year, and our heifer was not pregnant. This is exactly why we wanted to get this whole pen and head chute set up, because if we would have known she wasn't pregnant, we could have made other arrangements much earlier.
Got another project checked off the list. I'm glad to have got this cattle pen painted and in place. We've owned it for like 3 months and just had other projects going on, and finally got around to it. So I'm glad to have that done. If you guys like this kind of content, please go out there and like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you again next time on Skyline Acres.